New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimate.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy, an obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back is all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast an unidentified substitute teacher from Long Island, New York. Now, earlier this week, the sub was in a classroom full of high school seniors presenting a lesson on one Garrett Morgan. And Garrett Morgan, by the way, that's the man who invented the traffic light. Huh, that's what we learned about as high school seniors now, I guess. Anyway, as the lesson was being taught via the classroom projector, it was hooked up to a laptop. Now, unfortunately, the sub used her personal laptop instead of the one issued by the school. And that's never a good idea. Case in point, while the audio of Garrett Morgan was playing in the background, and there is a video of this because, again, it's in a classroom full of high school seniors, so inevitably someone's recording something. So you hear the audio about this guy, Garrett, but the visuals that pop up there, it was displaying the sub's recent shopping history. All right? Now, here's the thing. She was not buying Roombas or pet food or a new pair of jeans. No, she was buying sex toys, including and not limited to feathers, blindfolds, bondage gear, a, quote, sucking vibrator, a sucking vibrator, a pulsating vaginal stimulator, butt plugs, and a G-spot vibrator with a, and I quote, periscope design. Oh. Now, how do I know this? Because it was displayed frame after, it wasn't like they were all up there at once. This thing kept clicking through frame after frame, and every time she hit a button, it was a different sex toy. I will tell you this, you're in my respect anyway. The principal did offer the guidance counselor to high school seniors in case they were traumatized. I see. They weren't. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy. Yummy! So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
All right, a couple of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees on a Bad Choice Friday. The one and only Dolly Parton in 9 to 5 taking on Lionel Richie, who would go in as a solo artist and all night long. Mike, how was the voting?
It was incredible, Miles. 285 votes on the day. The voters could not slow down. And you know who else can't slow down? Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton,
it's 9 to 5.
Get out of here. Welcome to the weekend, bitches. You're in the Men's Room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
New on Curiosity Stream, she was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
What if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Bro,
Whoa, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the men's room presents TV Time with Ted.
Were you guys enthralled by Olympic coverage last night?
I was so enthralled. The wife picked me up from work. She said, you want to go to the bar? And when I was done laughing and saying, what a silly question, we went into the bar. And I said, babe, I forgot the Olympics were even on. And we looked up and there was figure skating. And then we stopped watching and kept talking over beer.
I'm with you. I tried to watch some of it last night, but I just don't care about figure skating.
Listen, I want to care about the Olympics. I get what it's supposed to mean. And obviously, I wish our team well. No question about it. But to me, and I said this to you guys earlier, man, opening the Olympics, right, all the advertising you put into it, they're coming up, all this stuff. And then when you open it, starting with figure skating, even if you love figure skating, you understand you're a fan of figure skating. Most people are not. All right. So opening the Olympics with figure skating, to me, is like a hard rock band, and they open with their ballad. Motley Crue takes the stage and starts at Home Sweet Home. Like, dude, start with a bang, right? Start with something, whatever it might be.
That's what Billy Idol does.
Right.
Yes, he does.
Even if it wears his
Start with a
ass
bang.
out. Start with the bang. Then get into the other stuff. But when you start with figure skating, I'm like, Kiss just opened with Beth. You know what I mean? It's like, it might get
it's
better
weird.
later, but it's
Well,
not.
maybe it's the ratings banger. You never know. I don't know.
I don't know. But
All I can say is
No, but think about people like you and me, all right? So if the Olympics, everyone who cares about the Olympics is going to watch anyway. If you love figure skating, you definitely watch that. Then there's guys like us where it's like, I want to care about the Olympics. I want to care what they're doing. Again, I wish them the best, but start with some of that crazy X Games stuff that you pulled over.
Because it wasn't that it was
riveting.
just figure skating, right? Because people do watch singles figure skating a lot.
Yes, they do.
But this was there was some ice dancing, this and that. I'm with you. I don't know. There was some curling on, but every time I turned it on, it was figure skating.
It's just not the way
I think by the time it's all said and done, you're going to get suckered into something that you have zero interest in.
But figure skating is not it.
Exactly.
That's all. That's all.
I think it's going to be hit and miss. I think there's certain things like, look, man, I mean, other than skiing or just ice skating, most of these sports in the Winter Olympics are not sports that,
normal people do.
they participate in on a daily basis.
Bobsledding.
Hockey, yes.
Luge, right? You'll watch skeleton. You'll watch that stuff.
Long jump.
Right.
All that stuff's crazy.
It's called a ski jump, dude.
Ski jump,
Long jump is track and
right.
field.
You don't talk about that. When
Like
they get
Summer
out of that
Olympics,
big ass
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's all. And look, if you like figure skating, I hope we did well. I don't know. I feel like when you introduce these games that you've been talking about for 6 freaking months and spending all your money to advertise, give us something good, man.
Well, I'll give figure skating this, right? Because I'm sure there's somebody listening right now that's like, I have no idea. Like, look, I fathom how great of athletes they are.
I'm not questioning
how
that.
dangerous and how much hard work they put in.
Question none of it.
I'm just I just don't care to watch it.
No.
That's all
and you know
it
what?
is.
And they pack that arena in Spokane whenever they do the trials.
Oh, yeah.
The yearly
Spokane
stuff.
has a bunch of stuff out
I mean, they're ice skating. That's kind of like, for whatever reason, on the West Coast, if you're going to have any kind of Olympic trials or whatever you do in figures, wherever you can go and compete, they go to Spokane to kind of,
always
to do it first.
Yeah.
To figure out who the teams are, or who the guy or the pairs are, or whatever.
Yeah.
And here's my thought.
And they sell that damn thing out for like a 3-day weekend.
No, look, because if you're into it, that is one of the highlights of your season, of your year. But my thought would be this. If you say, look, I have tickets to go see a sport you don't normally watch. Now, we can watch the ski jump, we can watch skeleton, or we can watch figure skating. Figure skating is third on my list every time.
Give me 2.
Guaranteed.
Yes. I do, yeah.
The only thing that figure skating might get a nod against either of those two sports in my book.
All right, what do you got?
I don't know, just temperature-wise. Figure skating, I'm indoors.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, I like to be at a ski. Like, I like to be.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I'd like to be at a ski jump event or bobsled. Now, I know they sell tickets, but like, how should I explain this? You know, like, I've been to a lot of stadiums where I actually physically haven't been into the stadium.
Okay, I've heard this about you, yeah.
You're just kind of hanging out around there. Like, I want to hang out around, like, turn 6. And it's just like 4 dudes like us sitting there with a cooler full of beer.
And the guy goes,
yeah.
Like, that was cool.
But every time, it's like, oh, hey, oh, we missed him.
Dude, I've never seen live hockey.
Really?
Never been to a live hockey match, ever. So I
AHO.
That didn't even dawn on me. Like, when you went to the Kraken.
Yeah.
Was it cold in there? No.
Oh, no, not in the arena.
All right, okay. I don't know if you got to just keep it cold because it's ice.
It is.
Right. So I didn't know how they do that.
There's a slight chill that comes up, but honestly, it's no different than being like.
Do you keep your coat on or
no?
All right. Okay.
I mean, you can't. I'll put it this way: one of the nicer things about hockey, even when it's packed, because it's a little cooler, it does not smell like a basketball game.
Oh my God!
You understand what I'm saying? Like when you're in an enclosed area, it's kind of nice that it's dialed down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, there's so many people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, think about even your home, right? Like if you're in the living room and you got like a bunch of people over there, people over there, it gets hot much quicker.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you don't need the heat on and this and that. All right. Where during the week would you want your event to be? Because like
I'm an Olympic athlete,
right? Because like this weekend, obviously, he's going to be a lot of eyes are on it. As you get towards the end, then you have like the gold medal game for hockey. I think you have some of the bigger events.
So when would I want my event to be?
I would say Thursday or Sunday. If I want people to watch what I'm doing, especially stateside, I feel like because Friday and Saturday they might have plans, and I don't figure into them. I get that. Thursday night, people are feeling good. I wouldn't mind being at 8 p.m. Thursday night. Like, all right.
I think you're in the dead zone. I think you want to be like on a Sunday night.
I just want to be
or a Monday night, and you're first. And you're done.
Okay,
now,
see, Miles, you know where I'm going.
Now you can enjoy yourself and take advantage of whatever things are going on in
the condoms they give you
that you enjoy, and then you can just kick back and be like, "Look, I can leave whenever I want. Maybe we leave as a team. I just gotta wait for this guy to be done on Wednesday."
Some people like if you ever watch the closing ceremonies, there's not nearly as many athletes.
No, they all took off.
Right, but I'm with you. I want to be kind of towards the middle, so like there's build up to it. But you're right. Like I don't. Obviously, prime time is having your game or your event end like the last couple days. But I'm with you. I want to have like 5 days to just kick it and chill,
just to see what's going on.
And if you get a medal, like I don't care if it's bronze, whatever. Like I'm wearing that medal everywhere.
I want to go to
Oh,
dinner.
you need my ID? Here's my bronze medal.
Because when I'm done, it's kind of like
you don't look like that.
It's like the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like when you're done, you're done, and you know that feeling of being done in athletics, whether you make a playoff game or go to an advance on to the tournament or whatever the deal is. When you are done, you put so much work into that thing. I mean, and this is in case, 4 years.
Yeah.
You can finally, go get whatever you want to eat. I know Michael Phelps, would binge on cheeseburgers and go to McDonald's and do all that stuff. But when he was training, he didn't really eat that way.
But I think the better end of the Olympics versus, say, the Super Bowl, like you win the Super Bowl, fellas, job. Well, we're excited.
Right.
We got the confetti drop. My family's on the field. That's cool. That's great. The Olympics, my particular discipline is done. I got 10 more days and 400 condoms.
And look,
I'm just saying, if the Super Bowl said, hey, when you're done with this game, guys, we need you to stay in the stadium for like another 4 or 5 days, but we're going to populate it with people that want to have sex with you.
And depending on your age.
And you just have to watch other teams play.
Right. Just show them watch other teams play.
Like go next door and watch a baseball game with all the hotties.
But have as much sex. It'd be like, dude, winning the Super Bowl then, you would understand why every dude is crying.
And depending on your sport.
I can't believe it.
Depending on your sport. If you're 30 years old, right?
All right.
That's not old. That's not old at all. It might be old in Olympic terms.
I was just saying, I think that's old for an Olympian.
But you know for a fact that 4 years from now, there's a good chance that either you're not going to be on that level at 34 or not going to be able to do it again. But you've worked your entire life to get to this point. You know what I mean? To be that good at what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw the F down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this thing early. I want to be able to enjoy the experience. I want to be able to go and see.
I'm shooting heroin directly into my neck.
I'm going to go to dinner. I'm going to eat whatever the hell I want. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get up and work out in the morning because I don't need to. I mean, I will when I go back and, like home.
Yeah.
Somebody points out something here. They say after they're done, the Olympic athletes, when they're done with their event, it's all out of their own pocket from there.
Oh, that makes a difference.
Well,
no free snacks? I thought you get free Mickey D's.
I'm sure you get some free snacks, but like if you want to go see the town or that kind of thing, or go out, right, quote unquote, that's on you. But I don't want to go out. I want to take advantage.
It depends
of
on your
the
monetary
free-
situation, too.
I could have $10 million in my bank account. You gave me all these condoms. Every chick that's checking me out is fit. They are hot.
Yeah.
We're all in our 20s. Like, I have not gone anywhere. I would look so stubbly and gross by the end of the Olympics. Like, what did you do after you won the bronze medal? I had sex every goddamn moment I could.
Well, also, I mean, look, now, obviously, let's take this year out of it, right? COVID stuff and all that. But generally, like, I get my events over. It's out of my pocket. Now, there's still free food in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah. Also, by the way, free flight, free room.
So I have the free room.
Free food.
I feel like I would just go to like a bar or a restaurant and just be like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of hanging out because, I was in the Olympics. And somebody like me is going to be like, you were in the Olympics?
You have an all-access pass. You can go to any of these events.
Wear your medal.
Right. What I'm saying is,
find the American flag, sit close, and wait for the shots to be purchased on your behalf.
It's like getting a free ticket to the Super Bowl, whatever. Well, you're going to have to pay for your own airline ticket. Okay. All right. You're going to have to pay for your hotel. Okay. Cool. Okay. As long as you are hooking me
here's
up
the thing.
somehow.
Now I'm in Beijing, China. Part of the reason I haven't been to Beijing, China? Just the cost of being there. You paid for that, so
Let me ask you a question.
But you still get free room and board.
Is Beijing ridiculously expensive? Like if you were to go to, I don't know, like London is not. London is ridiculously expensive to own a property, like New York or San Francisco.
No, London's ridiculously expensive.
Period.
I would guess that Beijing is along the same line.
You think it's the same idea?
This is an internet.
You're never going to go to like a Beijing, London,
Toronto,
San Francisco, Paris.
Right.
Like none of those worldwide cities are ever going to be.
No.
You're probably right. Yeah.
I think, but I'm saying like this year's kind of brutal because you can't go out. Like I'm with you. I'd go out in Beijing. I'd be eating dumplings.
Can't tell in my face.
Right, but you can't do that now. All right. Well, because I don't think if you leave the village, you probably
I
can't
don't know what
go
this
back
meat
in.
is, but I'm eating it.
It says right now in China, you're not allowed to leave the little area bubbles. There's really not much to do besides your sport and then watch others.
Yeah, that's
right.
that because I saw Mike.
Is it an Olympian?
No, I think it was a sportscaster. I think it was Mike Tirico. I'm not positive.
Okay, all right.
But he was talking about how they're all in their bubbles. But the bubbles can't interact with other bubbles.
That's the thing. Your
So you
bubble
gotta,
is
like-
your bubble.
Yeah, right. So like if we were all like hockey players, we'd have to stay in the hockey bubble.
Okay. Who would be the worst athlete who's in your, like for me, it'd be like Antonio Brown. Like I'm in this bubble and he's decided he likes me. I feel like that'd be the worst. So every time I sit down just to eat and it's Antonio. Hey man, let me tell you something. Like there's guys I don't like, but I don't like them because I think they're good and they play for a team that's not mine, right? Mm-hmm. I can live with that. I still kind of like Antonio Brown. I don't even dislike him. I just think he's crazy. And I feel like if I were in a bubble, it'd be like, AB is in our bubble. Well, oh no, man. I can't.
He would just do something weird. You know what I mean? Like you
But it'd be
like him
all the time.
It'd be cool. It'd be whatever. But then it'd be one of those things like at midnight, like, hey man, I got this idea. Like no,
it's
get
a
out of my
bad
room.
idea. Even Gronk, like the first couple of days, awesome.
Yeah, he
By
would get
day
it going.
6, I'd be like, I cannot drink anymore, dude. I'm not doing the cake stand. I know it's 11 a.m. No, I'm not doing it. But he's strong enough. He grabs you by the ankle and doing another cake stand. Gronk, nightmare. AB, nightmare. For different reasons.
Let's see. Jennifer Lopez. Everybody knows who J-Lo is. I kind of respect this, right? She's on the Today Show. She's talking to the host. If you don't know, Hoda's going through a bit of a personal issue herself. She is getting divorced after 2 years with a guy she married.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
That means it was over after 6 months.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, wow. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Lopez is on the show. They start asking her about her personal life, and I like how J-Lo handled it.
I think so many people can relate to like, oh, the one that got away or the one you always wondered about or what if, like, how did you find each other again?
I think, we can talk about that backstage if you really want to know. But, I think what we learned from the last time is that love, when you are lucky enough to find it, is so sacred and special, and you have to hold a little bit of that privately. And that's what we've learned. But we're very happy, if that's what you're wondering about.
By the way,
that's a journey
You look beautiful on people. Let me just block out this corner. You look really... You look
Why are you trying to block out the corner? You don't want to talk about your personal stuff? Is that what it is?
Touche.
Right, so Hoda held up.
Hoda's on the front of the people, too.
She's in the corner.
That's why she
That's why she covered it up. So good for J-Lo. Like, no, I don't want to talk about it.
But I will talk to you.
They press her a second time, and she's like, "We'll talk about your ass."
Yeah. Well, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
That's always been my issue, and I know she's sick and stuff right now.
Wendy Williams doesn't matter.
But with Wendy Williams, like I'm fine. Like she's a radio person, I respect it. She went over to TV, right? Has a massive show.
Farts a lot, cool.
Right, but that's her thing, is that nothing's off limits. And then when she had personal problems, she was like, I'm not talking about it.
I'm not going to do it.
Dude, that's your whole, you know what I mean?
Can she move her legs now?
I have no idea.
I'm not talking about Wendy Williams, but I'm saying, I think she went through some kind of crazy stuff where I'm not sure that she's not
hospitalized. But I'm unsympathetic to your personality.
I understand that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to see anybody sick or dying,
exactly.
right? But I'm not sure. I will say this. I know Michael Rappaport's still hosting her show.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is that what he's been doing lately? I honestly had no...
He has a podcast. He shows up in other stuff, but he has been guest hosting for her.
Huh. Okay.
I only know this because...
Are you inviting everybody to your Pro Bowl party on Sunday at noon?
Business casual.
Sunday at noon. See, you can tell Miles didn't get invited because the party starts on Saturday with the NHL All-Star Game. The Ted Smith All-Star Weekend Bash.
You got T-shirts. I saw the T-shirts.
This is so awkward now. I mean, Mike's not even going to this one. He only comes to the Oscar party.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get invited either?
No, man. I only go to his Oscar party.
Oh.
You just said it.
But yeah, for real, the NHL All-Star Game is Saturday. The Pro Bowl is Sunday. You'll have Olympic coverage on all weekend. If you're coming to the Bash, come thirsty. Hope you like White Star.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimate.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy. An obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A fight over mayonnaise leads to a man running over a friend with his truck, and then he runs over him twice. I would not advise going to a self-taught dentist if you want your teeth to look nice. New Mexico burglar bathes eats shrimp and has a beer. Then the owners came home. In Minnesota, wherever Troy goes, the fish refuse to roam. And a felon tries to elude police with a stolen identity of someone with active warrants. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
Top story, we go to Minnesota where one man is rethinking his friends. The man has a group of fishing buddies that he's fairly close to, and he's known to have some seriously bad luck when it comes to the actual act of fishing. Well, it's also been a long-standing tradition for his friends to give him grief one way or another about his misfortune, but this one takes the cake. For those driving around in the area, you might be able to see their latest ribbing, a digital billboard with his smiling face, and all it reads is, quote, "This is Troy. He sucks at fishing." That's great. If you've got the disposable income to put up a billboard, I've never even looked into how much it costs to get a billboard up there. That's fantastic, though.
It just depends on where it is.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's right.
Right, like trying to put up a billboard in downtown Seattle is going to cost a lot more. Like they're on a highway, like
right.
Let's figure out a billboard we want to buy. We'll just buy it at an obscure location and put it up there.
Hell yeah. We'll just make it say green beans. That's what it'll say.
There you go.
Green beans.
Green beans.
Green beans. You'll know it's us.
That's right. In other news, in Kentucky, a man was arrested for having some bad luck. Appearing to evade officers after spotting them, the man was stopped by police and asked to provide identification. Thinking quickly, the man provided a social security number that was not his own, as well as a fake name of Stephen Clemens. Bad news for him. Stephen Clemens has a warrant out for his arrest.
Oops.
Which the suspect was taken in for. That's when he revealed to officers that he gave the bad information to get out of his own arrest warrant, which added charges.
Good Damn, man.
He's sitting in the back of the cop car. He's like, all right, I'm going to level with you guys. You should have done that at the beginning, man. The hell? To Iowa, where a man was arrested for murder. He and another man got into a fist fight at a bar that ended with one drunkenly driving away, only to relocate his combatant in the parking lot of another restaurant and promptly run him over.
Jesus.
Only to put his truck into reverse and drive back over him with the intent to ensure that he was dead.
He then really wanted to go to jail.
Right. He then called up the victim's brother, whose truck he had rammed into while on his drunk driving rampage, to inform him that he had killed his brother. So what started the whole thing? The killer had put mayonnaise on his victim's food at the bar.
Come on.
So these guys clearly knew each other because he knew exactly where his brother was and he had his phone number. I don't know if he spilled it or if he was just goofing around with the guy, whatever, but he put mayonnaise on the guy's food, which, if you really wanted that food, that kind of sucks to have all that mayonnaise on your food. So
it doesn't suck that much.
Yes. Right. You erupt into a fist fight. But
does not suck that much.
You're going to run the man down with your own truck?
Jesus, man.
Crime.
Come on, man. We can do better than this.
We can.
No, like a fair reaction to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I get it, though.
Yeah.
Ted is so anti-mayonnaise, you don't even know, man.
Which is funny. I love mayonnaise. Like, yeah, this is crazy. But I know a couple people who hate mayonnaise. You know what? You know any of those mayonnaise haters that go, I hate mayonnaise. Then they eat stuff with mayonnaise in it.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Same people that say, I hate tomatoes, but then they have like ketchup and all that other stuff.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza sauce.
I'll eat tomatoes now, though.
Right.
Because you're out of my sandwich.
Because you're a damn adult.
Yeah.
No offense.
And it's covered in balsamic stuff.
Ooh,
that's a game changer.
Yeah,
mozzarella, prosciutto,
yeah. It's weird. When I was a kid, any kind
of all right, I'd like tomato.
Right, any kind of balsamic or vinaigrette or anything like that. That was mom and dad's nasty, healthy stuff. But balsamic vinaigrette's fantastic.
So good.
It's so good.
Holy cow! We go to New Mexico where we have a burglar with a conscience. His victims came home to find that the man had made himself comfortable in their house, having taken a shower, gotten himself a snack, and even napped while they were away. But instead of threatening the two with a weapon that he had, he actually apologized for having broken their window in order to bust in and left $200 on the table as a reimbursement.
I don't need more than $200. That's all, man.
So he broke in, but then left money?
Right.
This guy's bad at crime.
He only stole like $15 worth of stuff.
Like his car got caught up in snow.
That's
or something
what he
like that.
said.
And he said he walked to the house. Nobody was home, and he broke in.
Right.
But he also said that his whole family had been killed. He came up with a story.
Somebody was on the lookout.
And somebody's looking for his
Texas.
ass, and he just needs to go.
Right.
Sorry, man.
And because it's so cold outside.
But then the cops did find him.
They did.
So then he's going to fess up to whatever the truth is.
Right.
I mean, at some point, right?
He said that he felt bad because it's so cold outside, and he busted in the window, so he's letting all the cold in. He's like, oh, I'll pay to get it fixed.
It still doesn't cover, man. That's all.
And to be fair, the guy didn't burglarize the place other than to steal their water for the shower and something for a snack. I mean, it's not like he was looking for valuables and he was stealing a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, but what side of the fence do you stand on? If you break into my house, my assumption is
you're
there
stuff
to steal something, right? So if I come home and TV's gone, whatever else they figure is valuable, you go, I'm mad, I'm angry, but again, it's one of those things, I can make sense of this.
Right.
You broke in you took a shower and well, now I'm mad. Like,
right.
This is not worth breaking into my house for, man.
Right. Come on.
I don't know. I'm so torn on that. Like, wait, what?
We go to Texas where 3 people have been arrested for practicing without a license. After a complaint from an unsatisfied patient, officers conducted an undercover operation at an at-home dentist office. Reports came in from patients complaining about abhorrent and unsanitary conditions of the office, as it was conducted without any degrees or diplomas on the walls of the garage that the operations were taking place in. The 3 involved have been arrested. Also, don't go to a dentist that operates out of a garage.
Or self-taught.
Yeah.
And that is it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Men's Room Happy Hour up next, exclusively on the Odyssey app. More Men's Room ahead.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. Ted, don't yawn. You're going to make me yawn. In the meantime,
sorry.
Please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.